Picture a river dawn, the Mekong lifting mist like a slow breath, wooden hulls sliding through mirror water, and a woman at the prow naming the month in a little fishing song. What if those lines were a map of work, of danger, of calendars and neighbors? Today, we follow that map and listen.
Right. The river speaks time. Floods and low seasons aren't just weather notes. They structure planting, marriage seasons, and when markets move to the water. The layers matter.
We'll follow that dawn into riverside life, geography, work, ritual, and the crafts that carry memory. And along the way, I'll share names and places you can look up later. Mekong, Tonle Sap, Kampong Cham.
And remember, the Mekong is many Mekongs. Uplands differ from the Great Floodplain. A village at Krati has other rhythms than one near the Tonle Sap. The evidence shows us regional variation matters.
Start with flow. In the wet season, the Tonle Sap literally turns. Water pours into the lake, and the whole landscape reorders. That pulse times planting and fishing. It's not abstract. It changes who can harvest rice in July and who must wait until November.
Exactly. And people encode that in language. Elders will say the year of the big flood, and everyone knows what that meant for seed stores, for boat sizes, for loan agreements. Cultural memory is compressed into everyday speech.
From those cycles come specialized crafts, boatwrights.
Wait, how do they even choose the wood? I'm curious about the first step.
They listen to the tree. Boatwrights look for grain tightness, test a plank by scraping it. I've stood in Kampong Cham while a keel was scraped until the wood smelled faintly sweet, resinous. They tap the hull to hear a hollow or a dull thud and choose accordingly.
That apprenticeship model matters. Techniques are passed hand to hand, not printed in books. So when a young craftsman alters a joint to cope with lower water,
it shows adaptation, not abandonment. I watched a 20-something boatwright in a riverside hamlet reuse an old hull plank and invent a shallow keel joint that lets a boat ride mudflats at low tide. Innovation sits next to tradition, shaping the same craft lineage.
That's important to stress. I'm often skeptical when stories paint river life as timeless. Migration to towns, seasonal work, and new markets have long reshaped practices. I'm not sure I buy a static image of river culture.
Totally. Good push. The truth is messier. Traditions persist, but they're refashioned. A vendor might use Facebook to coordinate a floating market sale. The net mender still hums an old chant when tying a knot. Both are real.
And those chants, briefly, are more than music. A fisher's song can name safe inlets, the lunar month to avoid, and who owes whom for a borrowed boat. The cultural significance is practical and social.
I remember a line from a fisherwoman near Kampong Cham. When the moon is thin, mend the line. When the moon is full, rest the net. It's poetry and an instruction manual in one.
That dual function is what makes oral traditions rich sources for researchers. But we mustn't romanticize. River communities also face aging artisans, fluctuating fish stocks, and infrastructural changes. The deeper story is adaptation under pressure.
Markets illustrate that tension. Floating markets look picturesque, baskets of papaya, culls across the water, but under that image are logistics, routes linking upland farmers, processors, and urban vendors. A route might carry woven mats one day and fresh shrimp the next.
And those exchanges are moral too. A gift of rice can seal a marriage or repay a favor. That's where community memory lives. Who sits first in the market boat? Who gets an offer first? These customs are part of living law.
Let's talk about river shrines. Many banks have little wooden houses or statues. Offerings happen before journeys, after good seasons, at the bend where a current is treacherous. People ask permission from the river and its guardians. It's etiquette for shared waterways.
The elders taught us those rites act as mnemonic devices. Pouring water, offering rice. These gestures mark the agricultural calendar and teach younger people about safe passage and social obligations. The tradition teaches us how to remember.
If you're planning to visit or research, a short how-to, credit local knowledge, ask before recording songs, and support projects led by community members. We'll link to Good Starting Points, Center for Khmer Studies, and the Documentation Center of Cambodia, plus local river stewardship initiatives and cooperative boatwright groups doing on-the-ground work.
The evidence shows collaboration matters. When researchers work alongside communities, preservation and livelihoods both benefit. That approach respects memory as living practice, not museum pieces.
Before we close, one close reading. Fishermen say, "A calm river hides deep water." On the surface, it's caution, don't be fooled by quiet. But it also holds advice about hidden debts, unspoken histories, and elders' knowledge. It compresses safety, social norms, and respect.
So, memory lives not in paper, but in practice. Who can navigate a sandbar? Who remembers the year of famine? Who still knows the old chant? Those memories shape how communities meet new challenges.
If one image stays with you, let it be a small hull at dawn and a voice humming a line that names a month, the moon, and a neighbor. It's simple, and it's the method by which knowledge moves across generations. Listen closely next time you hear a river song.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Ancient Echoes. We hope these stories helped you see Cambodian history and culture in a deeper, more human way.
The echoes of the past live on in people's voices, memories, and everyday lives. Thank you for listening and for making space for these stories. If this episode resonated with you, please follow Ancient Echoes on your favorite podcast app and share it with someone who might appreciate these conversations. For visual compliments, river footage, craft demos, and interviews, visit my YouTube channel. Links are in the show notes.
You can also connect with us and share your river memories or questions via our socials. Details are in the show notes. The cultural significance is that listening becomes part of the conversation, not just an archive.
Until next time, let's unlock the echoes of history together.
Until next time, thank you for listening to Ancient Echoes.
In the quiet of night, I whispered my plea, holding her close, hoping for her decree. I called upon spirits, asked them to guide, to take her heart and lead her by my side. So I drew her near, traced her brow so fair on my sight this way. Warm, sacred power, Swahili, mighty spirit awakened. By the master's right, let her heart be gently taken. Let her follow me now by vow and by sign. I hear these words, oh teacher, witness this plea. Oh, my sacred power, Swahili.